Hi there, Rachael-Jayne Groover here, and you're watching Awaken TV, and we just got back from the Awakening. It was a brand new event that we did in Denver last week. I know many of you were there. Thank you so much for making it one of the best experiences of our professional life. We heard so many positive and challenging feedback, like you were really challenged to step up, and we just had a ball. And we're doing it all again in Melbourne on October 26th. So if you know anyone in Australia or can make it down to Australia, wants to do that, please forward on this video. I'll pop the link in of where it is, because for the next week we have tickets that are $147. Plus you can bring a friend. It's super inexpensive. We had people at the Awakening who were from the Netherlands and Haiti and Germany and other countries. So you could make this anywhere. But today what I wanted to go over was some things that are fresh in my mind from the experience that we just did and my whole career of being a workshop facilitator. For some of you who've read Divine Breadcrumbs, you know a little more about my career as a workshop facilitator. I got really nudged into it very well, and that was in 2002 when I moved to the US. So I've been at it for quite a while, and I wanted to share with you the 5 toughest lessons that I have learned, and just quickly go through that to spark your mind and to know you're not alone. This is 5 toughest lessons that I learned being a workshop facilitator. And I know many of our tribe are doing workshops, or you lead small trainings at your job, or you want to be a presenter in a larger way. You want to create transformation. And so this, I think, can be applied to anything, even if you're not a workshop facilitator. So the first lesson that I had to learn, and that I still have to remind myself every time, is that not everyone is going to like you. Not everyone is going to like me. I have created many coping strategies in my life to try to have people like me. And it's been a wonderful spiritual experience through being a workshop facilitator, that you just have to give it up. No matter what you do, there will be people that love it and people that don't. So why that's important, why it's the number one for you to consider today, is because judgment will come, and the fear of judgment is probably holding you back at some level. And so what is the biggest judgment that you're worried about, that you think is going to come if you really step out and be seen? You should write that down and start doing more work around that, more shadow work, more release work, because you have to take action. And if the fear of judgment is really strong, it holds you back. It held me back from really moving into the power work that I do, than just doing a nice job, a little lovely workshop on a Saturday afternoon, but really in a powerful way. So that's number one. Number 2 is I had to learn that I was giving too much content, too much intellectual knowledge, helping people fill notebooks and binders worth of stuff. But what a powerful experiential workshop or meeting, or when you're trying to create transformation for a small group, it doesn't come from the content. It comes from you being able to create a safe, cohesive, contained environment for them to take action on what you're saying. So at the Awakening, it's an experience, and it is unlike most business trainings, because the focus is not on giving you more stuff to fill your head with. It's to get the handbrake off and to get you courageously expressed in action as the thought leader that you are in your industry, in your environment. And I think that all workshops should be like that. They should be experiential in nature, and they should be challenging people to get off their duff, to do what they've been saying they'll do, versus filling their heads with more content. And when I made that shift, our business took off. Number 3 lesson I had to learn is about other facilitators. So we have a lot of times clients who begin their speaking careers, their facilitating careers, say, what do you think about facilitating with somebody else? And usually I say, don't facilitate with somebody else until you know who you are and what you want to do. But often people try to look for someone else to save them. Like if I just do a joint workshop, or I get 3 people together who are going to lead this, it's going to be more powerful. And I'm not saying that it's not. We just did the Awakening, which is 4 of us leading it. It's myself, Dada, my husband, who's on speaking and writing, Tom Bird, who is a master in the self-publishing world and writing your book in a divine state, and Del Lewis, who is a master at business strategy, along with many other things. So it's the 4 of us that are facilitating this event together. But in the beginning, watch how you are like, oh, if I do it with somebody else, that will somehow save me. It'll be easier. And what I have found, it is harder to facilitate with somebody else. It is more difficult because you've got to find your own way of doing it and then jive with theirs, and it can just be really, really difficult. Now that I'm more practiced at it, it's easier to move into, but don't always jump to try to get another facilitator to do this for you. Lesson number 4, we're almost there, is filling the room. The hardest part of doing a workshop or getting people to show up at a presentation of yours is filling the room. We know how to do that really, really well. And we're going to be teaching things across the board as far as how to be more magnetic to your tribe and get them in the room. And number 5, the bad news I'll end with, the good news and the bad news, is it will take years to be world class. When I first started doing workshops and trainings and speaking, I was good. People said, oh, you're really good, but I wasn't world class. And I want you to just take that in, because most people are very intoxicated with imagining how much of a rock star they are as a speaker, as a writer, as a thought leader. You're on Oprah's couch, you're going to be on all the big stages, and you are not facing the reality of what you need to do in order to make that happen. So be honest with yourself and be open to this being a few years journey. If you want to be really masterful, world-class at something, and you love it, why not put the time and effort into it versus being in your head about, yeah, it's going to happen, and you're not taking action. Once you hit a zone of being in the moment and being truly in the work that you do, there is nothing like it. And I, for one, am so grateful to my mentors, to the people that have taught me, to the parts of myself that got it early on, to be patient. And building business is a marathon, not a sprint. Being awesome at something is a marathon and a sprint. And so if you are committed to being world-class at what you do and to making a business out of it, to having sustainable income, to reaching more people, and to getting the handbrake off, I highly recommend you fly to Melbourne, Australia next month, October 26th. Tickets for the Awakening, the only other time we are doing it this year, is October 26th in Melbourne, and it's $147 per ticket US. Plus, you can bring a friend for free. There is nothing like it. And I'm so proud to have had many people on their way out, or friends, clients say, I brought a friend and they thought this was the best workshop training experience they've ever been to. And they have been to many, as I know you have. You've been to many. And my promise is this will be, if not the best, one of the most impactful 3-day experiences of your life. Big call. We've got 100% satisfaction money back guarantee to set that up and to show that we're really true about that. So if anything has drawn you from this, go to grooverseminars.com/theawakening/Melbourne. I'll put the link below. Make sure you check it out. It's coming up really soon. And if you are wanting the shift in your real experience, not just in your fantasy, join us at The Awakening. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you soon on Awaken TV. Bye.